Hi you guys and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, being here. Thank you for being you. Be the best you. There's only one of you out here. Thank you for being a part of my dream and my journey.
And I wasn't even gonna bring it to the internet, but since everybody keep fucking talking and running that fucking mouth, none of y'all bitch can beat me. None of y'all. Carisha, Santana, JT, Nikki, Cardi, none of y'all can fucking beat me. So y'all can keep talking on the internet, talking all that shit about me. Do what the fuck y'all wanna do. I don't give a fuck. But when you see me, know it's up. And I'm not fucking playing. So keep talking. I'm not saying nothing else after this.
And yeah, how are you guys doing? I have been doing way better. You know, sometimes the thoughts, they be getting to... But when you sit back, it's like everything's okay. So yeah, I've been doing better. But how have you guys been doing? We are now in October. I'm actually filming this video on my birthday. I don't know when this is coming out, but happy birthday to me. I am here alive, breathing, seeing 26. I just feel so grateful. I had no idea how my life was gonna look, like I was saying in my previous videos. So every year that I made it past what I thought I was gonna make it past, I'm just really grateful, and I just be so excited for what like the next chapter has in store for me, because you know it could only be good, it could only be amazing. So yeah, happy birthday to me. But on to other pressing things. The topic of this video today is this Lilo and Stitch live action movie that came out this year, and it is now on streaming services. Disney, I should sue you. And I'm not even joking, like I really should sue you. I should take you to court. I had no expectations, because I already saw on TikTok that people was like, you know, it's not the best, but then some people was like, it's good. All of y'all was wrong. That shit was trash. That shit was so trash. I was like, this came out of Disney, bitch. Disney, this is yours. I was like, if this is what you're gonna bring, you could have just gave this to Paramount or something. You could have just gave this to A24, Bloomhouse Production. You could have just gave this to somebody else. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. Let's get right into it. That shit was trash. It was so bad. What did you guys think of the movie though? But yeah, I decided to watch it. I had time to watch it, and I was like, let me see how this movie really is. First of all, let's start off with the positives, okay? Lilo, you were a good girl. She was her and Stitch were the best part. Anytime her and Stitch was on the TV, I was watching it. Anytime next scene came on, I was not. And that's what makes me, I mean, honestly, it doesn't make me mad, because you know, you would think that adults would know better, but then when you actually get to talking and seeing how adults do function in real life, it's like, oh, actually kids actually are, I'm not gonna lie, kids are smarter than adults. I'm not gonna lie. So hey, but you know, when the adults came on and everything, I was like, shame on y'all. So but anyway, back to the positives. Lilo and Stitch was amazing. I feel like Lilo, she really embodied Lilo, in my opinion, in terms of how Lilo, just how Lilo was and her aura. Like, she definitely gave that. And then of course Stitch is Stitch. And the aliens, y'all, I was really watching that shit, right, with the first part with the aliens, and I was like, oh my gosh, this should low-key be illegal. Like, the way that AI, CGI, whatever the fuck, the way that shit be looking on our screens, y'all, I'm sorry, but that shit kind of scary. Like, that shit was tripping me out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I've seen a lot of AI things. I watched a lot of superhero movies. I've seen other live action shit, but this right here, I was like, this look a little too real for me. A little too real for my liking. Like, it literally looked like they went out to space and just set the camera up, and I was like, oh wow. Like, And you know what else I was thinking while I was watching it? I was like, wow, like this is how far technology has came. When I was younger, I thought that the technology we would have now would be like, we could watch a 3D movie without the 3D glasses. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking like that was what we was gonna get by the time I was 25. I was like, bruh, imagine like, cause you know when like 3D first came out at home, and you could like buy the DVD and it would have like the glasses in there and you could just put it on, but your TV also had to be compatible or some shit. So when I was younger, I was like, bruh, like I can't wait till I get older, because you know, maybe I won't even have to have the glasses, or maybe we don't, you know, every TV will be able to just have 3D in my face all the time. Oh my god, that makes me think I want to watch Jurassic World. Is that on any streaming? But yeah, because I love Jurassic World. But yeah, I was like, by the time I'm 25, like I'm gonna be so excited because I could watch 3D movies without the glasses. Like imagine if these could just pop out on its own to our own eyes. So yeah, I was just thinking about all that stuff while I was watching the movie, because yeah, that shit looked real. It looked crazy. I was like, damn, okay. So yeah, is there anything else positive that I could say about this? So yes, it honestly looked like I was watching a theater version of Lilo and Stitch. It looked like a bunch of theater kids came together and decided to make this movie. But the fact that this is Disney, this is not this is not theater, this is not Broadway. But that honestly, this could have just been that if this is what you were gonna give us. Disney, you are a billion-dollar company, and you could have casted anybody. Why am I seeing so many white people in a movie on an island? And don't say tourist. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't give a damn. The sister was too white. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. She was too white. Why was there so many white people in this movie? And even the tourists in the cartoon part or animated part, there was not that many white people. I would have known. Y'all know me. I would have known, right? So I'm just like, okay. It just missed so many marks. The sister, they didn't have no chemistry. The older sister did not have no chemistry with Lilo. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Let me stop saying sorry. The sister had no chemistry with Lilo. And I'm just like, bruh, I could have played the sister. Like, the fuck? Like, girl, whatever her name is, do you have siblings in real life? Because it wasn't given that. And on top of that, they made Nani into this selfish ass person. I understand that the directors and stuff, you may have your own trauma with your own families, and maybe you don't like your own families. But when it came to Lilo and Stitch, the whole like basis of the story is that she loves her sister to death, but she is also just stressed by the system. They don't have their parents, and she has to constantly work and make all this money. And then on top of that, she's taking care of her little sister, but she loves her sister to death, and she would do anything for her sister, and she does not want to lose her sister, so she is doing everything. What the fuck was that? Went on the plane and said, oh, I'll just Skype you. Bitch, you left your sister to the neighbor? I should sue y'all. On top of that, there was no scenes or chemistry with the guy. I forget his name. And no offense to the person, but you was not fine like the man I remember seeing on my TV. He was brown, had a nice little haircut. Then he had that necklace on. I did not see none of that. I did not see none of that. I did not see no luau's. Then one of the best parts in Lilo and Stitch is the part where they go out and swim. He takes them out to swim to get their minds off of things. Why was that scene her teaching a class? Slap a bikini on that girl and get them out there and do the fucking scene how it's supposed to be. And then the part where she's pulling Stitch out, she's having this monumental moment where she's climbing. Girl, don't piss me off. Horrible casting. Horrible casting. Horrible acting. Disney, give it up. And if you want to do live action, just give it to somebody else, because I don't want to see no more. Y'all was saying Moana, y'all was gonna do Moana, and I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see it. You completely ruined. Honestly, your privileges are revoked. Please don't never do that shit again. And then you sit there and you're like, when that other movie came out, the Lilo movie or whatever, y'all, they was like, oh, this is why y'all want us to release movies but y'all don't support them. We don't support them because they're trash. Like, when you hear about a Disney movie coming out, you know, you do get excited because it's like, this is Disney. But then when we go see it, it's trash. And then I actually kind of had high hopes because I enjoyed the Little Mermaid live action. And I feel like Halle did great with that. So I was like, oh my gosh, this Lilo and Stitch might actually be good as well. Terrible. It gave, like, you know, with the Little Mermaid, they got so much backlash because it was a black woman. So this time it was like, well, we're just gonna switch it up a little bit, give the majority. Y'all not even the majority. Like, you're on a planet with a sun that you can't anyways. So, and it just gave, like, we're gonna just turn around this time so we don't receive no backlash. But like, you cannot do that with movies like Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is literally takes place in Hawaii with Hawaiians. Like, you have to have those same, you know, it's not some fictional ass movie like the Little Mermaid. Mermaids in real life are black. Mermaids in real life are in the ocean most of the time, off of islands in the Caribbean. So yes, a real Little Mermaid would be black. I don't know. That's just what I think. Maybe they was just like, so we're just gonna, the fake tan on the girl, yeah. How you gonna have the main character turn somebody off? Like, you're the main character. That's absolutely insane. I also know they came out with a Snow White live action. I didn't watch that. Probably I'm not going to. I'll probably wait till I have my own kids and they're like, Mom, I want to watch that. And it's like, well, you know, whatever my kids want, you get. Let's watch it, okay? And then, you know, so like, come back to my channel in like 10 years and maybe I'll be reviewing that. Oh my gosh, like, that shit was so ass, y'all. Like, words can't even describe how bad that movie was. That movie was so bad that I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. That movie was so bad that I don't even have the energy to care about how bad it was. That movie was so bad, I just want to forget that I even watched it. That movie was so bad, all I could say was, wow. That movie was so bad, like, I genuinely needed a moment of silence. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I should sue y'all. I feel like y'all traumatized me. Like, it was just so bad. I had to just disassociate during scenes that just... Why did y'all change so many scenes? Like, this movie felt rushed. That's why I said it felt like theater. Like, you know how theater is like, well, you only had the theater for an hour, so you just gotta boom, boom, boom. I mean, I don't know. I've never really been to theater. I haven't been to a Broadway show since I was a kid. So, and you know, as kids, we don't know time. But I don't know, that's just what it gave. Like, this is a high school theater thing. You know, kids got to be back home by 8, 9. But it's starting at 7. But for real, starting at 7:15 because this is high school. And, you know. So, you know, you gotta rush through it, and there's some scenes that you gotta take out because you don't have the proper props because the state's not funding you. Like, that's what it gave. It gave high school, our local high school play, you know, and it's like, because it's your kids, you just have to support their dreams and support what they're doing. But this is you're Disney. So, terrible movie, by the way. That's all I have to say. Disney, catch me outside. Very much so. Stop touching shit. Just leave it alone, honestly. Just stick to Inside Out. Work on Inside Out 3 and 4 and 5, okay? That's probably what's going to be the bulk of your money for the next couple of years. And stop touching shit. Just stop. I don't know, maybe just continue to sell your old things and continue to sell the princess movies and all that, and just keep it there. You know, you make a lot of money from that. You make a lot of money off of Disney World and your parks. Just keep it like that. Honestly don't even have to do nothing. I thoroughly enjoy my Disney app just to watch old stuff. And I will forever want to keep Disney because of that. As much as people be like, boycott, it's like, I don't think so, because all of this stuff is right here on this app. All my childhood things, all my childhood movies right here on this app, no ads. I'm gonna keep Disney. So just keep it like that. Stop making new shit up. And if you do, give it away to somebody else. Lord, that shit was so ass. It gave everybody who was on that movie and on that film, y'all need therapy. How dare you sit there on that set with them cameras, with your editing software. You sat there on that set, watch these people make this movie, watch the scenes be played out. You sat here and wrote the script, then you sat here and edited it, and you sat here and watched it, and then you just put it out. Here you go. I ain't asked for that shit. You did not have to give me that. You gave me that like I'm your stepchild and I've been asking you for something and it's finally Christmas, so here you go. Don't ask me for nothing else. My bad, boo. Like, it was never that damn serious. So that's so trifling to me. Like, I hate like, and then it's like, do y'all not have focus groups anymore? Like, do y'all not have people come and watch the film before you actually put it out so that you can get feedback about the film? Do y'all not do that anymore? Is the funds running out so you can't do it? Like, what's going on? You should have had some millennials up in there. You should have had some millennials up in there. And I should have knew that movie was trash, because literal Hawaiians literally said that they, even when the cast came out, that they was mad. I should have known from there. Because if something came out for black people and it was based off of, you know, our black culture and stuff like that, and my brothers and sisters was like, this not it, you know, I would take, you know, I would take that, and I would be like, yeah, I'm down with y'all. I ain't watching that shit either. But this time, you know, because they're Hawaiians and I'm not Hawaiian, I was like, well, maybe the movie is still good. No, I'm gonna just listen to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If a movie come out about Asians and the Asian community be like, this ain't it, I'm right there with y'all. If a movie come out even about your parents, like, I'm right there with y'all. If a movie come out about Africans, I'm right there with y'all. If a movie come out about Mexicans, I am right there with y'all. If y'all be like, this ain't it, I'm gonna say, listen to them. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Honestly, the whole state of Hawaii should shoot. Y'all should be suing Disney. Don't come on my island with this bullshit. You ought to be ashamed. My ancestors gonna get y'all asses. So, yeah, anyways, let me stop, because I could go on. Don't watch that movie. If you haven't watched it, it's really not worth it. You're not missing out on nothing. Promise you that. But what was your thoughts on the movie? Did you guys enjoy it? And most importantly, honestly, did the kids enjoy it? I feel like if the kids enjoyed it, then hey. I did see a TikTok where like the kid was crying because Stitch was drowning. So hey, as long as the kids enjoyed it, then hey. But I love you guys. Continue being safe and responsible. And I mean, I don't know if you're outside, but it is homecoming season, so be safe and responsible at school, and you go into these parties and all that stuff. And I'm gonna say it again, if you always stop going to all these college parties and homecoming, stop it. Unless you're alumni or you're genuinely there, you know, to genuinely have a good time. But other than that, stop. Don't be going to these parties looking at these kids. I love you guys. Bye.